From inside Rogers Center in downtown Toronto, Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Athletics and the Toronto Blue Jays. First pitch coming your way next. And the starter for Toronto, Dylan Cease.
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
All right, just about ready for baseball. Nick Kurtz now at the plate. And we're underway. The 1-0. Way inside. The 2-1.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul. That missed by a lot. Ball 3. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Batting second, catcher Shea Langoliers.
And there's a foul ball. The 0-1. Foul ball there. Kurtz aboard here at first with nobody out. Off the mark there, and that's ball 1.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. 1 out. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. With an excellent arm on the mound, Singy, this won't be easy. They'll need to take advantage of the opportunities that they do have.
You're right about that, Boog. Odds are they won't have many chances against this guy, but if they can rattle him out of the gates, they'll have a shot. If not, look out. It might be a long day for this offense.
Now the left fielder, Tyler Soderstrom. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. The 0-1. Fought off foul. Just getting started here in Toronto. Stays alive. That one the other way, and foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Fastball is outside. The 1-2. And this one squirts away from the catcher. No advance, though. 2-2 now. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
That one missed. Ninth pitch of the at bat due next. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, getting a good look at the pitcher here in the first inning isn't a bad thing. I know he struck out, but you can live with that as long as the other hitters in this lineup can learn something from it.
Here we go, Dylan.
And there's a ball. The 1-0. Hey! He'll challenge. Thought that was a ball. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. So they've still got both their challenges.
Let's go, Dylan.
The 2-2. Oh, look at the stop. And that's a nice play to end the inning. Now the Blue Jays will get their chance. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here at Rogers Center, and pitching in this one for the A's, Jeffrey Springs. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough.
Oh, this is deep to left center, way back there, on its way, gone. A solo shot. The Blue Jays on the board first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
So up next for Toronto, Davis Schneider.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Not even close there. Ball 2.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. It's going to really have to bear down.
Pitch is in the dirt, and now 3-0. Right through there for a strike. And that one is lifted in the air. He's got it. One down. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup must be licking their chops with a lefty on the mound.
Well, to me, Boog, it shows the managers trying to set these players up to have a big game. Facing an opposite-handed pitcher, you only get a fraction of a second longer to see the ball and decide to swing, but that can be the difference between a line drive and a swinging strike.
just missed. And another ball.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Clark takes it in for the out. 2 away now.
Batting fourth, third baseman, Kazuma Okamoto.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Kazuma Okamoto.
Ball.
The next
Ball
pitch
two.
misses. 2 balls, no strikes. And here's a strike. That's a strike. Battling here as he fouls it away. Two down, nobody on. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Nice grab. What a play. Inning over. Toronto picks up 1 on this homer. It's now 1-0. Back here at Rogers Center, new inning getting started. Jacob Wilson getting ready to hit.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Ball. Down.
Patrick Johnson behind the plate.
Patty Johnson to some boog, but I'd ask permission first before I called him that. Does a pretty good job back there. Occasionally we'll see a couple of sideways looks from players, but that kind of comes with the territory, right?
That's to third, and that chance handled. Tosses to first. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Jeff McNeil.
And a foul ball. That one fouled off. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone. Gets the out. 2 down after the strikeout.
Kind of muffed that strikeout pitch right there. I'm not sure if he got crossed up or tied up, but either way, good composure to recover and finish the out at first. That's a play you could easily panicked on and throw into right field.
Max Muncy up next for the A's. Hammered down the right side, but foul. And that one is lifted in the air. Strong on the move to the gap. And that'll do it. Nothing doing there for the A's. Still behind by a count of 1-0. Bottom half of inning number 2. And now for the Jays, Alejandro Kirk. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Here comes the 0-1. And a foul ball. Got it. One up, one down.
Well, he went up there trying to be aggressive, that's for sure, hacking at those first 2 pitches, but clearly that last one fooled him. He could have been sitting on something else entirely, but you want to be able to adjust on 0-2 and at least get a swing off when it's in the zone. Maybe choke up, maybe spread out your stance a little bit. You got to give the guy credit on the mound, though. He went right after him.
Tap foul at the plate. The 0-1. Late on that fastball.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. The 0-2. And read him up, says Patrick Johnson. That's a strikeout.
Oh, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. He tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Now here is Ernie Clement. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Two down, nobody on.
Ball, that's inside.
And a 1-2. Breaking ball,
First
and that
base.
got him.
Batting 8th, right fielder, Miles.
Now it's the right fielder, Miles Straw. And that
Ball 1.
misses. Ball 1. Clement off of first with 2 away.
Ball 2.
Here's a 2-0. And it's fouled away. Here's a 2-1. There goes the runner. Pitch misses.
That ball went out.
Safe at second, and that was not close.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal a base. But right here, they successfully move that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
Here we go, Miles.
Man at second. And ball
Nope, that's
four
ball
to
four.
aboard.
Take your base.
Batting ninth, shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
Right through there for a strike. Two on, two outs. Swings, and this one's flared. Makes the catch. Inning over. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Back now in
Leading
Toronto.
off for
On
the
to the third
Athletics,
inning.
right fielder,
Carlos Cortez
Cortez.
digs in now. That misses the zone. Ball 1. Cortez getting the start in right. He made his major league debut when he was 28 years old. And he was a 3rd-round pick. Back in 20. Diving. Makes the grab. What a play.
Batting ninth, center fielder, Denzel
So a
Mark.
great diving catch, and that was only possible because of the route he took to get there, right, Chris?
Yeah, StatCast shows us just how efficient that route to the ball was. In fact, that's about as good as it gets. Pretty much a direct line to it. And perhaps he was a wide receiver in a different life. I don't know. But, man, great job to hold on all the way through the dive as well. No fumble caused by the ground.
The 0-2.
Did he
Clark
go?
checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. And he held up. The 1-2. And a pop-up. Right side. Foul territory. Oh, he brought it back.
Up next for the A's, first baseman, Nick Kurtz.
Back to the top of the order now. Nick Kurtz up next for the A's. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged 0 for to start the season and get into a slump.
Right through there for a strike. That one finds the zone. 0-2 now.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
And
Ball.
1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. The 1-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Let's go, Dylan.
The 1-2. And that's
That's ball
downstairs and outside.
Let's do it, James.
On the ground. And that one finds its way through. Lead runner around second. The relay not in time. He's safe.
Back-to-back base hits. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
So 2 down. Here's the left fielder, Tyler Soderstrom. His first at bat was a strikeout.
Hey!
Tried to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
And a count 1-2. Two on, 2 outs. On the ground, out to short. Fires over to Guerrero. And the inning is over. A's strand a couple. They trail here 1-0. As we go to the last of the third. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, George Springer. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Soderstrom in position. He's got it, and there's 1 down.
Up next for the Blue Jays, left fielder, David Snyder.
Hey!
Schneider wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball. And it's going to stay a strike. 1 challenge remaining for them now.
That's a ball.
The 1-2. That
Ball
one way
in.
inside. It goes down looking.
Oh, man, just locked him up with that
next
slider,
for the
even
Blue
though it caught a
Jays,
lot of the zone.
first
And
baseman,
I think that tells you all you need to know about what he was looking for in the box, and it clearly was not that pitch.
2 outs, base is empty. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. He's 0 for 1. That's off the
That's
mark,
out.
and it's 1-0. Up the middle, lays out, but he can't squeeze it. He beats the throw, and they don't get an out on the play.
For the Blue Jays, third baseman, Kazuma Okamoto.
Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Ball
Off
one
the plate,
there.
ball 1.
That one called just inside, I think, and on the mound, he's trying to get a little bit of an explanation. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, though, but he clearly thought it clipped the corner.
1-2 now. That one way inside. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. one
Ball
missed.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Alejandro Kirk on deck for the Blue Jays. And they'll do it again. Three-two. Swing and a ball popped up. Cortez coming on. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. One left for Toronto, but they still lead it 1-0. Back here at Rogers
Leading
Center,
off for
out of the
the A's,
fourth.
second
Brent
baseman,
Rooker
Brent
now
Rooker.
at the plate.
You know,
Nope.
these A's,
Outside.
as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside.
Oh,
Huh?
that got
You
away
got
from
him.
him.
First base.
And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning.
Shortstop, Jacob Wilson.
Just
Nope. Ball
missed.
one.
Way to lay off that pitch down. And obviously, a lot of credit for all those chases and strikeouts goes to the pitching. It's been nasty, but you can bet this offense is trying to figure out some way to put up a better fight.
A little out front there as he swings through it. Out to short, Jimenez. The flip, there's one. And that's a double play. Wow.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Jeff McNeil.
Base is empty after the double play. And now here's Jeff McNeil.
Ball, that's out.
Two down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Almost got him.
Hey.
Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. Foul ball. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Two down, nobody on. That one almost got him. There's a swing and a drive. Out of here. And we're all square. It's 1-1.
The count was full, but he was ready to swing it. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
That's a ball.
The 1-0.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
2-0 to count. Here it comes. Slider right there.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Ripped into right field, base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Everything came together for him. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Now it's going to be Carlos Cortez. That's out to center field, and that is that. But we're all tied up thanks to this solo homer. All even now at 1-1. Ready to go, bottom four. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. And that is out of play.
Well, these Blue Jays showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Starting to go after it. Now a look down to first. Did not go. The next offering misses. And the count's full.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
For the Blue Jays, center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
Swings through that one for strike 1.
This guy's usually not one to chase pitches off the plate, but he did there. We'll see if he can tighten up his zone a little bit.
Out towards right center field. Clark should have this one. Brings it in.
Up next for the Blue Jays.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Now it's the second baseman, Ernie Clement. Hit by a pitch his first time up.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
That one's upstairs, ball 1. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. He makes the grab.
Up next for the Blue Jays, right fielder, Miles Straw.
Aye.
And a ground ball to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 5th inning coming up. Tied at 1. Back now in Toronto. We go to the top of the 5th. Denzel Clark getting ready to hit.
You know, these Athletics, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, and it's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat. And that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
The 1-1.
That's a ball.
There's a swing and a miss. right side. Guerrero takes it himself. One away here in the fifth.
Up next for the A's, first baseman Nick Kurtz.
Ball one, no strikes. Challenge from behind the dish here. And that one did find the strike zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge.
This game has been so tight. Feels like the next team to score will win it.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Next up for the A's, Shea Langoliers. 1 for 2.
Come on, Dylan.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Two down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
That's low.
Next pitch misses. And the count 1-2. Swings through it for the K. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. And 1-2-3 go the A's. Still tied 1-1. Bottom of the inning, and now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez. Late swing, foul to the left. Gets a piece and stays alive. The shortstop takes the ball. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Hit on the ground to short. Wilson whips it to first. And that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th.
Up next for the Blue Jays, designated hitter, George Springer.
Inside ball.
All tied up. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a foul straight back.
Ball, that's outside.
Chop to the left side. Muncy throws to first in time. Home half of the 5th inning, moving along. 2 quick outs.
Left fielder, Davis Schneider.
Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays. First
Oh, that's
offering
it.
way inside, almost got him. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. The 1-1.
With
Nope,
two
that's
out
off the
and
plate.
nobody
Ball two.
on, you want to go right after this guy. He's the number 2 hitter, which means if he gets on, you've got some thunder coming up behind him.
Swings through that one for strike 2. Stays alive. The 2-2 on the way. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Two on the way. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going.
Give it to him, Toronto. Show him how we play in Canada.
Went with
Inside,
the sweeper,
ball
but it
3.
misses.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Got him looking. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. We played 5 full, tied at 1 aside. Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game. Digging in, Tyler
Leading off for the
Soderstrom.
A's, left fielder Tyler Soderstrom.
Let's go, Jerry.
Activity in the bullpen for the first time. Braden Fisher getting loose out there. Little getting loose as well. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
There you go.
Soderstrom checks his swing, appeal to third, no swing. Gary Simmons with the call. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And a foul ball, he stays alive. The 1-2. Good eye
Ball
right
inside.
there. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Bangs another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Dylan Cease is done, and a pretty decent effort out of him. Tie ball game, new arm out of the pen when we get back. The left-hander on now, Mason Fluharty.
Mason Fluharty.
Fouled off. He was late. All tied up, and we're the top half of the 6th.
Ball, that's outside.
Fluharty, a 6'2 southpaw, 215 pounds. He's one of the few Major League Baseball players born in the state of Delaware. Inside, almost got him. Battling here as he fouls it away. Here's a 2-2. In the air, left field. Schneider makes his way towards it, and there's 2 away.
Up next for the A's, shortstop Jacob Wilson.
Now it's the shortstop, Jacob Wilson.
Hey!
And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger,
0-1.
he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a ball lifted left field. And that'll do it. Nothing doing there for the A's. Score remains deadlocked at 1.
Now pitching for the
Back
A's,
now for the bottom of the
number
6th,
57,
and there's a new
Jacob
pitcher on the
Lopez.
mound, Jacob Lopez.
And he comes on here for the first time this season, and I'm sure there's some nerves involved in that, so we'll see how he settles in.
Leading off for the Jays, first baseman Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Oh, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
The Athletics have some bullpen action. Mark Leiter Jr., the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Alvarado also getting ready. Strike 2. Guerrero thought that one missed, and here comes the challenge. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep their remaining challenge.
Ball, that's out.
That misses. 3-1. There's a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Hard liner. And there's one down.
next for the Blue Jays, third baseman,
Kazuma Okamoto will hit next.
Okamoto.
Ball one. Ball, that's off the plate.
And
That's
delivers
outside.
outside. There's the
Hey.
strike. Fought off foul. Payoff pitch. Got it. And there's two away.
Up next for the Blue Jays, catcher Alejandro Kirk.
That one at the knees for a strike. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the sixth. And that
Ball.
one almost got him. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. Score remains tied 1-1. We go to the top of the
Leading off
seventh.
for the
Now the
Athletics,
A's designated hitter, Jeff McNeil.
Ball.
Swing and a foul out of play. Clips the corner. That's strike two. Ground ball up the middle. Clement sends it to first. Out on a bang play, but he made it close.
Third baseman, Matt Muncy.
Nope. Outside.
A's looking to put the go-ahead run on base. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. Tap dances out of the way of that one. Fouls one off. 2-2. Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time.
Right fielder, Carlos Cortez.
Carlos Cortez, the next to hit. And that's a little bit high. And that's ball one. Misses the sweeper. Two down, nobody on. Comes up empty. That's strike two. And now
That's
2-2. Stays alive. Two now. Way high.
Ball three.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Here's a high chopper. Okamoto fires across the diamond, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. It's the A's 1 and the Blue Jays 1.
Now pitching for the
So a new
A's,
pitcher on the
number
mound for the
38,
A's, Mark Leiter Jr. The offense will need to be ready for the breaking stuff. He's got a great
Leading
curveball.
off for the Jays, center fielder Dalton Varsho.
Ball. That's down.
Pitches in for a strike, and the count even 1-1.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
Swings and chases a low one there. Next offering in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fights it off. You'll see another. And down on strikes. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
So up next, Ernie Clement. And that's in for a strike. 0-1. That one ripped, but foul. Pitch
Ball
misses, and that is ball 1. Base knock right field. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Out towards right center field. Clark hustling after it. Full extension, makes the catch. What a play.
Just a great job of concentration there as he leaves the ground to go airborne to make a diving catch. That's a tough play, but he got the job done.
Go ahead run on base. Here's Andres Jimenez.
Did he go?
Jimenez tries to check his swing. Now a look to third. And yes, he did. That's a swing, according to Gary Simmons.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
In the dirt. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Just missed.
Executed that pitch very nicely, just missed with it.
That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. The Jays with the go-ahead run at first here at the bottom of the seventh. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. So one hit is all they get. Eighth inning coming up. All tied 1-1.
Now pitching. for the
Welcome
Blue
back, and a
Jays,
new arm on the mound to start
number
the eighth.
63,
Braden Fisher.
Braden Fisher.
So Marcotte going with a pinch hitter here. Andy Ibanez. He represents the go-ahead run. To the right side, Clement. In plenty of time to first. Leadoff man is out here in the eighth.
For the A's, first baseman Nick Kurtz.
Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Nick Kurtz.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Just missed. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Jeff Hoffman, the closer of the staff, is throwing.
Ball 2.
Just
that pitch is out.
missed. Shea Langoliers in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. All tied up, and we're in the top of the eighth. That's in there. Strike one. Now there's a bullet down the line. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Hey.
One away, tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back.
Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the third straight at bat.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Go ahead run on base. Tyler Soderstrom up next for the A's. To third. And it stays fair. And that moves the go-ahead run to scoring position with 2 gone.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Now a good opportunity to potentially jump ahead in this game here in the later innings.
That's down and in. A slider missed. That one misses. Ball 2.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Two on, 2 outs. And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch.
And this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Two now. Base hit into the outfield. Coming home. He will score. The A's have moved out in front. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
First and second, 2 outs. Jacob Wilson, and a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. He was late there. Strike 1. One-run game. The A's looking for some insurance.
Ball, that's out.
And a count 1-2. Towards first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit, and this is now a 2-1 ball game. Now into the game, Lawrence Butler. He'll be patrolling center field.
Number 4, Lawrence Butler. Leading off for Toronto, designated hitter, George Springer.
That one close, ruled a ball. Ball 1. The A's bullpen has some movement. Alden Bassett, the closer, is getting ready and perhaps looking at a long save opportunity here. Looking to get the tying run on base. And a 1-2. Good eye in that spot.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
Next offering misses, and the count's full. Payoff pitch. Got him looking for the strikeout. Now he's challenging a called strike.
Well, big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound, no question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout, making it clear that wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
Turned on, but foul wide of third. That's too
Nope.
low.
Ball
And
one.
1-1. In the dirt, blocked. No movement. Now a ball and 2 strikes. Next
That's ball
offering is down low. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Blue Jays, first baseman.
One out man at first. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 1 for 3.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
That's a ball.
In the dirt. And the runner stays where he is. The 1-0. There's a strike. Guerrero wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And the strike is overturned after review. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Sliced hard but foul. Now quick throw to first. And Springer's in there safely. The 2-1. Outside. Kazuma Okamoto in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. The Blue Jays with the tying run on at first here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Now there's a bullet down the line. Here comes Springer around third. The relay throw. And he's safe. Tie ball game.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
Nope.
Man at second. Up the middle. Tosses to first. That was a productive play as the go-ahead run moves up to third.
Up next for the Blue Jays, catcher
Manager out of the dugout now, and he will make a move to dip into the A's bullpen. Mark Leiter Jr. won't go any further, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for the
On the
A's,
mound now,
number
Elvis
61,
Alvarado.
Elvis Alvarado.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. And that's
Yep,
outside.
that ball went out.
That misses. Ball 2. Two down. Go ahead run in scoring position. And that one missing low.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged. I know it's 3-0, but I'm letting him swing here if he likes the pitch. Why not?
That one's in there, and the count is 3-1. Kirk not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge, and the strike call will stand. So they're now out of challenges. 3-1 is on the way. Bounce to the right. Rooker throws to first in time. They limit the damage here. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. And we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Back here at Rogers Center, now the A's designated hitter, Jeff McNeil. In for a strike, and it's 0-1. Toronto's bullpen with some action. Jeff Hoffman, the closer, is getting loose. Little warming up as well. 0-1 now. That one hooked foul. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Man, he got a real good pitch to hit right there with 2 strikes. You cannot miss that. Not a great slider at all. And I tell you what, that's where you've got to do damage. He looked like he was on time getting the bat through the zone, but he just caught air.
This one in the air, center field. 2 down.
Up next for the A's.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue
Carlos
Jays dugout,
Cortez.
and he will make a move to the pen. Braden Fisher gives way. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching.
Here comes the closer here in the ninth, Jeff Hoffman. Next up for the A's, Carlos Cortez. 0 for 3 in this one.
He was looking for some firewood right there. I tell you what, if you're not out in front, swing at that pitch, you'll be looking for a new bat.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the top of the ninth. Fastball is outside. Hoffman, 33 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2014. That's off the inside corner, and it's 3-0.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if they'll walk you.
2 down, nobody on. Splits the plate. That's strike 1.
Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
3-1, and he couldn't come up with it. And the go-ahead run is on
Up
base.
next for the A's, center fielder Lawrence Butler.
Ball, that's upstairs.
The 1-0. Oh, he can't hang on. Gets off a throw.
He's in there.
The
He's
throw
safe.
comes comes in too late, and that leaves them with runners at first and second.
He put a great swing on that ball. Took the barrel right to it. Nice extension as well. 105 exit velocity. That tells you everything you need to know about that swing. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
Hurts stands in here, takes ball one low. And the 1-0. Now one missed. Two on, two outs. Lays out. Oh, it's off his glove. He decides to eat it, and everyone's safe. The bases are loaded.
Just a clutch at bat right there. Big time swing when this team really needed it. Really important at bat coming up now.
And fires in a fastball at 95. Swing and a pop-up. And that's the third out.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
We head to the bottom of the ninth. And now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho. The Athletics have some bullpen action. J.T. Ginn, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Yo, one. And that one fouled off. Here's the 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Just overmatched on that fastball right there, and it wasn't like he was set up for it by something off speed earlier in the at-bat. Just came right after him with 3 straight, and he had no answer for it.
Just missed. And that one almost hit him. Swing and he breaks his bat. That's a foul ball. Out towards right center field. And it's into the gap. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in. Tag out. And they cut down the winning run at second.
Gotta love the hustle and the attitude there to try to stretch that single into a double, but unfortunately thrown out at second base. He was so close to being in scoring position.
Now it's the right fielder, Miles Straw. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Trying to send this to extra innings. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Sets him down on strikes. That's the third out, and we're headed to extras. 1-2-3 go the Blue Jays. Score remains 2-2. Back now in Toronto. We're in extras here. Tyler Soderstrom digs in now.
A slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
Now one missed.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Man at second. And that's a base hit. Heading for the plate. Here's the throw. Well, they didn't waste any time as they knock home the runner from second to get on the board.
Huge for team confidence and how you approach the situation. Still have a guy on base, and now they'll try to add on.
That's inside.
That's inside.
Swing and a miss. Strike one.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
One on, nobody out. A run in here in the top half of the 10th. Caught him looking for the K. And he'll challenge that called strike.
No, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Still couldn't catch up to the good velocity, good run. Those last few inches through the zone.
One out man at first. And now the shortstop, Jacob Wilson.
On the mound, you take a note. You see the hitter's willingness to chase that pitch upstairs, get deeper in the count, try to climb the ladder.
And that's in there for a strike, and quickly nothing at 2. The shortstop takes the ball.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
A's leading by a run here in extra innings. And down on strikes he goes, and 2 away now.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, you know, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough to, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Jeff Hoffman departs, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching
Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Cody Ponce.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Ball.
One run across in the frame so far, and here in extra innings.
That's ball 2.
In the dirt. That one is cut on and missed. Looked like a changeup.
Really good changeup.
Soderstrom off of first with 2 away. Good job to fight that one off. Here's a 2-2. And that's outside.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
So a
Ball
walk
4. That's
puts
out.
runners at first and second.
Up next for the A's, third baseman, Max Muncy.
First and second, 2 outs. Max Muncy up next for the A's.
That's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Two on, 2 outs. In the air to left center. Varsho on the move. Brings it in for the 3rd out. 1 run in the inning, but they lead 2. Last chance to even things up. We head to the bottom of inning number 10. It's the A's 3 and the Blue Jays 2.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
A's,
back, and
number
here
19.
comes the closer, Alden Bassett. A chance at his first save. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Andres Jimenez now at the plate. Corner infielders up on the grass expecting a bunt. Showing the bunt and missed it. It's 0-1.
Oh, this is a case of just slowing the game down. Sometimes you get so concerned with getting the job done, you forget that you still have to get a good pitch to do the job with.
Squares, pushes at it, misses it. It's a strike. And it's 0-2. So the tying run at second.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
One and 2 here. Battling here as he fouls it away.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
That's
That's
inside.
in. Ball
Now
2.
2-2.
That's a really good take.
Gets a piece and stays alive. This one in the air, center field. Butler under it, brings it in. Runner tags at second, and he makes it up to third with 1 away.
Up next for the Blue Jays, designated hitter, George Springer.
That's a
Inside,
good
ball
miss
1.
off the inside part of the plate. You'd much rather miss there than out over the plate where this guy could do some real damage.
And fouled off. The A's trying to close out a 1-run lead, and the home team trying to pull it out. In the air, right field, Cortez settles under it, brings it in. Runner tags from third. To the plate, save, and we are tied. So no one on after the sac fly. Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays.
Ball, that's just out.
Two down, base is empty, but one run across, and we're in the last half of the 10th. 2 balls, no
Inside,
strikes
ball
to
two.
count. Fastball
Outside,
is
that's the ball.
outside. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. 2 down, nobody on. That one found hard the other way. Next offering in there for a strike. Now 3-2.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Goes down looking for the strikeout. That was pretty nasty. So they scratch across a run on no hits, no errors, and no one left on. On to inning number 11 we go. All tied up at 3 apiece. Back here at Rogers Center, on to extra innings. Carlos Cortez getting ready to hit. Fastball almost got him there. Man at second.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
The 2-1. Missed
Nope.
inside
That's
with the
inside.
curve. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. On the ground, right side, Clement. In plenty of time to first. That was a productive play as the go-ahead run moves up to third.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a hit, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat, especially when you're playing extra innings.
Right through there for a strike.
Definitely a strikeout situation right here. Lots of ways for that go-ahead run to score if the ball's put in play.
The 0-1. Swings through that.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The Athletics with the go-ahead run in third, and we're here in the top half of the 11th. Sends him down looking. Huge strikeout there.
Big strikeout right there, and that kind of takes the pressure off the defense a bit. Infield was in, so now they can move back, give themselves more time on a grounder to make a play. A lot more ways to work out of this and strand that runner at third now.
Go ahead run on base. Nick Kurtz up next for the A's. Shot into the gap, and that should bring in the run. Muncy scores, and they've got the lead in extra innings. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double. Well, he delivers in a huge spot right there.
Oh, he's so dialed in. I don't think he even realizes how much pressure exists out there. Very easy swing, nice and relaxed. This is the type of approach you want to see guys take in this situation.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Cody punts, done for the afternoon. And as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now
Pitching change here, number 62.
And that's a big potential run out there in second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by them into the outfield any way they can.
Yeah.
Runner at second, 2 down. We are in the 11th.
Ball, that's high. Nope, that's a ball.
That
That's
one
ball
misses. 3 balls and a strike. Man on second, 2 down. And
Nope,
ball
that's
4,
ball
2
4.
aboard.
Up next for the A's, left fielder Tyler Soderstrom.
Next up for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner in the center.
And a fastball in there for a strike at 91. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Misses. Ball 1.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Next offering is outside. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Two on, 2 outs. Swing and a high fly ball to left. And that is that. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. Last shot here as we go to the bottom of the 11th. It's the Athletics 4 and the Blue Jays 3. All set for the bottom of the 11th. And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. And you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it. But this is where they earn their keep.
And that's downstairs. And the count is 1-1.
Ball, that's outside.
Left field, way back there. That's got a chance. Can't get there. Runner around third on his way to the plate. Relay throw.
Right.
Safe. It's 4-4.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Alden Bassett done for the day. And as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for the
So a
A's,
new pitcher on the mound for the A's, JT Ginn. Up the middle. Oh, great stop. The flip to second. Double play. That erases the would-be winning run.
Hey, they played the matchup right there. Worked out perfectly. Got the ground ball double play, and that changes the complexion of this inning entirely.
Base is empty after the double play. Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. And a big swing and a miss. Two down, nobody on. And we're in the bottom of the 11th. Foul ball there. Fouled off. And they'll do it again. Tied at 4. That's off the mark. Now 1-2. Bounced up the middle. Rooker gets it to first. Beats him to the bag, and that means we're playing 12. 12th inning coming up. And we are tied 4-4. Back now in Toronto. On to the 12th. Brent Rooker digs in now. Swung on, belted. That one carrying. And it's into the bullpen for a homer. A 2-run blast. And the A's jump in front. It's 6-4.
You're not going to be able to wipe the smile off his face for a while, Boog. He just changed the game. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Number 62 will depart. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching.
A new arm into the game, the righty, Tommy Nance.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
That's a ball.
The 1-0.
Hey!
Nance, the tall righty. He features a slider, a slurve, and he works in a sinker.
Ball. That's inside.
Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame here deep into extra innings.
Ball. That's low.
The 3-1. There's a swing and a drive. And that's a foul ball. That's
Ball four.
inside
Take
and
your
a
base.
good at bat, ball 4.
Up next for the A's, the designated hitter, Jeff McNeil.
Man at first, Jeff McNeil stands in. He's already homered here in this one. And takes low for ball 1. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Tyler Rogers preparing to come on if needed. Little also throwing.
They had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
1-1 now. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Wilson gets his lead at first. Nobody out. That one ran inside, almost got him. And the 2-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. The 2-2. That one is absolutely belted. Way back there. It's got a chance. Can't get there. And now maybe extra bases. Headed for the plate. Relay throw home. Slides his hand in there. Save. Now a 3-run game. 7-4.
Drove that ball nicely. Put a great swing on it. And it jumped off his bat. Kind of put it all together there. And he's rewarded with the double.
That one inside. Look out. Man at second. This one could be trouble. McNeil headed home. He'll score, and they lead by 4. And he'll pull into second safely.
Well done. Drives in the run. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Tommy Nance out of the game. Now here's Tyler Rogers out of the pen.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep this score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Carlos Cortez up next for the A's. And that finds the mark on the outside corner. That's strike 1. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's a challenge. And after review, it was a ball. Good eye. Still 2 challenges left for them. 4 runs already in the frame, and we're deep into extras. Tap foul at the plate. And now 1 and 2.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Stays alive. No outs. Runner on second. Swing and a ball lifted to center field. He's there. He's got it. Runner tags at second. Throw cut off to third. He makes it to third. Good base running to move up with only one out.
Center fielder Lawrence Butler.
And the pitch is in for a strike. 0-1. Ripped, but it curls foul. That just misses. 1-2 to count. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Kurtz in the box now. Takes strike one.
Trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
The 0-2. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. In comes the run from third to add on. It's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5.
Comes through with the RBI. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
That one ripped, but foul. Next offering is foul back. Two balls, two strikes to count with 2 outs.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. On the ground to first. Ripped, and he can't glove it. It's by him. Lead runner makes the turn at second, and that keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the A's, left fielder.
Now the left fielder, Tyler Soderstrom.
Yeah!
Runners on first and third, 2 away. Right through there for a strike.
Quickly in an 0-2 hole, you're going to have to give something up here in terms of power if you want to put the ball in play with any authority.
The 0-2. And they'll do it again. Two on, 2 outs. That's down and in. A slider missed.
What do you
Starting to
got?
go after it. Now we'll look down to third, and he won around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning. So 5 runs in the inning as they bat around. And now we'll see if what's left of this crowd can rally their troops. Bottom of the 12th coming up. It's the A's 9, the Jays 4. Back here at Rogers Center, we're in extras here. Dalton Varsho getting ready to hit. And another ball. Outside corner, there's a strike. Two now. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Gets to it on to first. In time to get him. One away in the strikeout.
Up next for the Blue Jays, second baseman, Ernie Clement.
Fastball, and he gets out of the way. Runner at second here, one gone. And there's the strike. Not close with that one. Ball 2. And a swing and a miss. Backed off the plate that time. And a payoff pitch. Finds its way through, base hit. Into third now. So runners at the corners and one out. So they hold the runner at third, wanting to play it safe. Think that comes back to bite them?
Boy, it's hard to say. That runner on second to start extras is critical, and you want to make sure you don't waste him. If they don't score this inning, there'll be some second guessing for sure.
Strong. The next to hit takes low for a ball. Two on, one out. That one fouled off. Swing and a slow roller. Rooker throws to first in time.
Up next for the Blue Jays, shortstop, Andrés Jimenez.
And there's the strike.
Ball.
Runner at second, 2 down. And that one is downstairs. And that's ball 2. On the ground, and this should do it. Throw to first, and ball game. And the A's slug their way to a win in this one.
Well, when you go on a road trip, you're looking to play 500 or better, and the only way you do that is when you scratch and claw and you grind out. And they did that in this one. 12-inning win on the road. Very impressive. Players are going to come into the clubhouse for the next game. They're going to be pretty encouraged about how they pulled for each other.
Our final score here, 9-5. The A's are victorious. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.